Accu-Stats Video Productions presents from Chesapeake, Virginia, the 25th Annual 2000 U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships. Along with Grady, Mathews, I'm Bill Incardona. This is round 5 action, and we really have a good one here, Grady.
Yes, we do. You couldn't get a better match. I drive 1,000 miles upon a desultory winter evening just to witness such a contest. We've got Efren REYES versus Johnny Archer, and you run out of superlatives when describing these two great champions' collective talents.
Well, right now, Efren REYES is on a roll. He's won the last 2 tournaments that he's entered. He won the 8-Ball Championships in Las Vegas, and he just came off of the World One Pocket Championships in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
That wasn't the World One Pocket Championship. That's my tournament in November. It's the U.S. Open One Pocket.
Excuse me. Anyways, Johnny Archer is the defending U.S. Open champion. Efren REYES is the player that's on a roll. This is going to be a very, very interesting match. I look for it to be a very close match. I think that it can go either way, Grady.
Well, I give the break advantage to Archer, yet when it comes to the finesse skills, as per usual, I'd select Efren's great talent. I mean, if it comes to a creative, difficult safety, Efren seems to find such endeavors with ease. Archer, on the other hand, has a tendency to overpower opponents with his powerhouse break. At any rate, Archer has won the leg, and let's see what the first game sets as a tone for the entire match. A lot of other interesting matches, too. 16 undefeated players playing this round. We started with 300 and something players, too, this week in Chesapeake. All right, here we go.
I think for Archer, it's really going to be important for him to get a quick jump out of the gate because he really hasn't been playing that well this week. He's really not happy with his game. I was talking to him a little earlier today, and I said, all you need to do is play a quality player, and I think, your speed will pick up, and let's see if I'm right.
Okay. He made the 1 ball on the side pocket. Now, does the 2 ball kick in off the 5 in the side? He might elect to take a kick shot between the 6 and 7 ball. Pretty much with no English if the 2 ball goes in off the 5 in the side. You see anything that you like better?
Well, that shot has to be hit absolutely perfect for him to pocket the 2 off the 5.
Well, where's he going to roll out to?
Well, there's plenty of places to roll out to. He can roll out for a better kick, if that's the case.
Okay. Well, if he rolls out for a better kick, you think Efren's going to pass it?
Well, I'd rather be the one not kicking.
Well, I disagree. I make this a better than even money kick. Well, he hasn't even thought of that, I don't think, so maybe it's not even on. Angles can be deceptive from this viewpoint. He's calling a push. Well, now the kick isn't on, and what do you do if you're Archer?
I don't expect Efren to pass this shot. I think that there's a wall of balls. Actually, there's a large cluster of balls.
But
as we can see, there's a large cluster of balls right here, even the 4 ball. He may be able to thinly hit the 2 ball and drop down here somewhere.
Well, if he does that, it's hard to keep the 2 ball from staying by the 5 ball. I like him passing this shot. The 2 doesn't go naturally anywhere that's safe. If he thins it, it stays by the 5, and that's the only way to get the cue ball behind those balls. If he hits it more thickly, the cue ball doesn't go behind those balls.
Well, he must be above the 2 ball a considerable distance.
Yeah, there's no bank cross corner. He can't cut it that much, I don't think. I don't see a shot here, Billy, other than playing it in the side, and of course he's moved the cue ball where he can't do that. He could lag it if it's not frozen. Maybe we can get a close-up of that ball and see if it's frozen. If it's not frozen, he could roll up right on top of it, but that's not a good idea.
Now look what Johnny's doing now. He's actually standing over the shot, trying to figure out what he wants to do with it. I think he should have thought about that before he pushed.
Well, that's my sentiments exactly. But you and I are sitting in the booth, utterly defeated, and he's vying to win this title for a second straight time. All right, here we go. If he could draw it back and miss the 5 like that, well, it would go. Okay.
Well, he double-kissed that bank in.
Well, I don't think he was really playing that. He was playing safe more than anything else.
Yeah, well, actually, there was a double kiss involved with that shot that perhaps you people at home or maybe even yourself, Grady, didn't see, but there was a double kiss there. The bank wasn't on. He double-kissed that bank.
Well, just getting the cue ball to miss the 5 ball, it was a great shot. He would have had it safe if he didn't make it. Now, you like elevating the cue and firing this in at warp speed? Oh, he's going to use a level cue and probably just try to make it. The cue ball has to hit the 6 ball here.
He didn't miss it by much, and just perhaps he may be rewarded with that particular shot.
No, I think Efren can hit this, Billy. And he might play the billiard on the 5. The bank is kind of off angle, but I believe the bank goes.
I don't know if he can see it, Grady.
Well, I could be wrong. From this vantage point, it looks like he can.
I don't know if he can see this.
Well, we'll know in a moment.
He's scratching his head. Now he's looking to kick.
I hate it when I'm playing him and he scratches his head.
I love it when he scratches his head.
Well, that means he doesn't know what to do, and he's going to do
Right.
something crazy and execute it perfectly, is what it means. Well, he can't see it because he's looking at the end rail. It's a tough hit. 2 rails would be the better kick, but the 5 blocks
Well, the 5's
that.
in the way with the 2-rail
Right.
kick.
So he's... Well, I don't know what to say. That shot leaves me speechless, and there's not a lot in later life that leaves me speechless, but that does.
Well, you have to give him credit for hitting the 3 ball as solidly as he did. So he's entitled, if you will, to get a little lucky.
Oh,
on the
yeah, that
shot.
was a tough hit to go 1 rail.
So therefore, considering the difficulty of the hit and in the solidness of the hit, you really have to say that, hey, sometimes you're entitled to get lucky. I think in that instance, he was kind of entitled.
He's perfect here. He can use left or right English, whatever he prefers. If he uses left English, he goes around the 9. Inside English, inside the 9, like this. Nice shot.
Johnny sitting in the chair after missing the 3. And
Well, you can't blame him for that. That's an incredibly tough shot.
oh, yeah, well, I wasn't referring to that. I was saying that watching him kick the 3 and then, as you would say, rat it in.
All right, our score is 1-0. My friend Vegard Christensen from Norway is having an excellent tournament. He's undefeated. He's already beaten Parika and some other good players. He's playing Earl Strickland tonight, and he leads in that contest 1-0 at the moment. $18 gold crown tables with 860 Simonis cloth, Brunswick lights. Just an exquisite facility, and we've grown used to really enjoying ourselves in Indian summertime here in the Tidewater region, Billy, which is September and October. Now here's the Efren Reyes break. Well, I don't know. That may not be nearly enough power to end up winning this match. Don't you have the feeling that with Archer's break, at some point during this match, he'll probably put together 2 to 5 racks?
Well, normally I would have that feeling, but, the Gold Crown 4s, these tables, in particular this feature table, has been breaking rather stubbornly. And, not too many players have run 2 or 3 racks on this table. So
well, that's one of the nice features about having the power of an archer. At any rate, I don't know if he's got an angle to draw back and miss hitting the 8 ball or not. The 3 balls in the area of the spot at the other end of the table. The 4 and 9 are down at the lower end rail.
He doesn't want to come down much further than that.
Well, I like going 2 rails here and coming just underneath the 6 ball. Maybe a just below center ball, a little left English, and just punch it in like this. Nice shot.
And what's so nice about the angle that he's played there, Grady, is it offers him a nice natural angle off of the 4 to drop nicely for the 5 as well.
Right. And he'll try to get a little angle on the 5. Even if he gets straight in, it's not the end of the world. This is perfect.
He hit the 4 a little thick, and that's why the cue ball didn't get up table as far as he wanted to. But I think this is still workable.
Well, he had to go just past the right-hand side pocket and out a little bit, just like this. Perfect. Now he'll just bounce off 1 natural rail, and he'll have an angle to do whatever he wants off the 7 ball towards the 8. And actually, I like going 2 rails, and towards the 8 ball, he'll play the 8 ball in the lower right-hand corner pocket.
Any angle will suffice there, considering the position of the 9.
Right. But this is the right way to play the shot, and he's in business just like that. In just a few short seconds, it's going to be knotted up at 1 game each. Roger Griffiths is playing Luat. Howard Vickery is playing one of the Japanese players. And John Cachero playing Charlie Williams.
Archer winning the second game of the match. Ties up the match, 1 game apiece. And it's always nice after dropping behind 1-0, giving an opportunity, running out. That's a real confidence builder.
Oh, sure. Well, I tell you, Billy, I don't think that Efren is going to win this match breaking softly. I really don't. He did that in the latter part of his match last night, but he was far ahead. Against the likes of an Archer, you have to make balls on the break, I think, to have a realistic chance to win. Now, that's just my opinion. I could easily be wrong. And I am speaking in generalities, of course. All right, now let's take a look at the Archer break this time. I think he changed sides of the table also.
Five ball.
See what I mean? Now his strength made that 5 ball in the far end of the table. Efren would not have had the strength to make that ball go in. And I don't know what's going to end up happening here, but I would worry about it if I were Efren. You know, you got to beef up that power. Does LeBron have him exercising, eating his Wheaties?
I don't know what type of regimen LeBron has put him on for this tournament.
Well, I'm just kidding. LeBron's his good friend, you know, and I love Mike and Efren.
Let's take a look at the 8 and 9 at the other end of the table. I do believe there's enough room for the 8 to pass the 9.
Oh, it does.
Johnny getting a little bit careless there, almost missed it too. Since the balls are spread so nicely over the table, Grady, this is not the time to be careless.
There's a nice close-up, thanks to Julian Robertson, our expert cameraman and technical genius. He and Dean Gupton, who don't get quite the recognition they deserve. And, of course, Pat Fleming is our illustrious CEO. Okay, 1 each, Christensen and Strickland. Okay.
Archer looking to take the lead in the match, 2 games to 1. All he needs to do is stay focused. The 8 obviously passes the 9. He's
well, you know,
line.
I could put this another way, Billy. I don't know if you play golf, but Tiger Woods hitting a driver and like a 7-iron on par 5s, and you take guys like Hale Irwin hit a driver and a 3-wood. I mean, eventually the cream must rise to the top. It's impossible for somebody to win. I mean, it just is.
Well, I understand the analogy, but I don't quite feel that it's like that. I think that Reyes' break is more than a driver and a 3-wood. I mean, I think that Reyes' break is actually better than you give him credit for.
Okay, well, I hope I'm wrong. I like close, exciting matches. That's good for our viewers. It's good for the sport. It's good for accustats. You know, in a way, I'm kind of talking for myself, too. I hold my own if I'm in pretty good stroke with some of the weaker breakers, but the guys who have the powerful breaks, it's just tough to defeat them. Sometimes they'll make 2 and 3 balls on the break, too, and they're really looking at an easy run out afterwards. All right, let's see what happens this time. I think it's greatly to Archer's advantage to play on a table where the corner ball doesn't go easily, too, because he has the strength to pocket balls in the side pocket and up at the other end, as evidenced by his last break.
Well, of course, Archer wants his opponent to earn balls pocketed on the break because he feels he can.
Right. All right, it's 2 to 1.
Yeah, the balls did explode once again. He does have a cross corner bank on the 1. It looks like it's a type of a shot he should be able to put down, Grady. Let's take a look at the 8 in relation to the side pocket and see how difficult of a ball the 8 actually is. If it's too difficult, he may even consider playing the 2 off the 8.
That's a good point, Billy. Let's take a look
now,
at
there it is. It looks like that he may consider playing the 2 off the 8. if given the right angle, I look for him to play the 2 off the 8 and alleviate that problem.
Well, if he does he have an angle to go 3 rails with lower? No, he's going to follow this. Okay.
Well, evidently he didn't think the 8 represented much of a problem.
Well, it may have been a little too far down the rail, just a hair to comfortably kiss the 2-ball end off of it.
Or possibly he may not have been able to reposition the cue ball in good line for the 3 and didn't think the trade-off was right at that time.
Well, see, I could put this another way, too, talking about the what I consider to be a pretty formidable break advantage for Archer. Archer is, if he runs this rack out here, he's fixing to break the balls with an opportunity on his 3rd rack. When Reyes broke the balls, he ended up with an opportunity to run no racks. And there's just a huge difference there.
Now let's take a look and see if Archer did make the right decision by not trying to move the 8 when he shot the 2.
Well, I think it's close enough, though, to the rail that I would rather play it up the long rail.
He's trying to decide right now
that's what he's looking
what
at.
pocket he wants to play the 8 in. And if there's that much indecision out there, I think that the 8 is positioned very awkwardly and is close to that point. And it's too close to play it in the lower left-hand corner. If it's too close to play it in the lower left-hand corner, I think he should have moved it.
Well, plus, see, the way this is lying, it's not easy to make the cue ball go forward. So he can't really get the angle to play the 8. Well, he did get an okay angle, playing position for the 7 in the other pocket.
Well, it looks like now he's forced to play position for the lower left-hand corner, given the angle that he's left himself with on the 7 here.
I think it's just far enough past the point that he can come off the rail 2 or 3 inches and be all right, I think.
He's got to get back.
This is fine. He can make this, I think.
Well, his
Maybe
body
not.
Language, he seemed like he didn't like the results of this shot.
Well, he wanted to be straight in on it, that's why.
I don't like drawing into the 8 with knowing that you haven't had good speed. I'd rather follow the ball.
Well, here you have to follow it. I like using it just above center ball, maybe the slightest little bit of writing this time.
I was referring to position from the 7
Oh,
to the
okay,
8.
you like following
If given a choice, I would rather follow the ball
if I
instead
had
of draw
wanted
the
to follow
ball.
it, I would have gone 2 rails with a little inside English and played it up in the other corner.
The point I was trying to establish is it's a lot easier to judge the speed of the cue ball when you follow it opposed to drawing it.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look at it. This is going to be very, very close.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Thanks, Julian. Just like that is the shot I like, right? And I think he made that look harder than it was. I don't think it was that tough a shot.
In the meantime, this is kind of a testy shot in itself. This is not a gimme by any means. I've seen this shot missed a lot of times.
Yes. Most notably in the Johnny Archer-Jimmy Fusco match when Danny DiLiberto said, well, I guess this is Jimmy Fusco's last chance to not get out.
Well, he hit it in the center of the pocket, Grady.
Yeah.
After game number 4, it's Archer leading in the match by 3 games to 1. Well, Archer certainly looks like he's really comfortable out there, Grady. And considering that he wasn't playing that well in the beginning of the week, his speed certainly has picked up quite a bit.
Well, he's that type of player anyway. I've seen him at a lot of tournaments that he ended up winning or having a great finish where he didn't seem to perform all that well early on, and then he just got in stroke as the week progressed.
Yeah, I told him, man. I said, you've done that before, Johnny. You started out a little rough in tournaments, only to fall in dead punch. You know that. Certainly sure he related to that. Obviously, he's playing much better now. He is a defending champion, and there's a lot to be said about that. You have a sense of pride, you feel like you belong, the title's yours, and you just seem to play well when you're the defending champion.
Well, that being said, there's only been one player that won it back-to-back. Wasn't that Varner?
Nick Varner, exactly right.
Yeah.
This is a very difficult tournament, obviously, to win back-to-back.
Difficult tournament to win at all, especially if you're you and forget to send your entry fee in.
Well, I'm in the same place you are, and you sent yours in.
Yeah, but that's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you are right about that. See, I can't help it. Guys that have that strong break, they get lots more shots at the one ball than their opponents, too. And that's just difficult to overcome. Now he goes behind his 5-ball for a little vacation, unless I missee the situation.
Yeah, he would like to take a pop at a cross eye, but he really can't because of the position of the 2. Even if he makes the 1 cross eye, he's going to be left with a tough shot on the 2. So he'd probably fare better if he played some sort of good safety here.
Well, this cue ball goes gently behind the 5 with about a 2/3 of a ball thick hit and a little left English like that. Uh-oh.
See, I think Johnny should have went ahead and played the safety and not the... I look like he played both the bank and the safety. I don't understand that shot.
Well, I don't think he did that, Billy. The rails come off short here in Norfolk, not as much as when Barry had the tournament in the back of his pool room. That was hideous. I mean, if you caught a little rail going in, the ball would go brrrr and spit out of the pocket, to the consternation of great players and the delight of lookers-on. Watch out, it doesn't... Okay, he's okay.
If it would have hit the point there, he may have ended up in the back of the 8.
All right, now he just needs to, well, this isn't so easy. Now he's got to have the right angle on the 4. He's got to draw this back a few inches. I'd say, I don't know, 6 inches maybe. Like that, good shot. There's the 5 balls up on the far end rail. And Archer would like to have that safety back. There's no question about that. Okay, now the 6 ball is on the lower right-hand side rail. Now this is one of Efren's fortes here. He knows every way that exists to get that cue ball to come up a little higher. He went rail first. Now this is okay because he really just has to draw this back a little bit. He's going to look at it to see if he could just stop the ball, but I don't think that that's well advised. Good shot, good shot.
Efren, one of the best shot makers in the world.
Oh, no doubt about it.
That shot had to be hit clean.
Christensen goes ahead of Strickland 2-1. Excuse me, it's 2 apiece over there. I misread it.
And with the pocketing of the 9, Reyes then will come to within 1 game of the lead and trailing in the match 3-2.
All right, he's going to have to make a change, I believe, in his break performance, and he's certainly smart enough to do that. In fact, Efren is a really smart guy. People don't give him credit. He plays very good chess. When he decided he wanted to take up craps, he didn't make the first bet until he bought him some books and studied. Then he went and played diligently, and, he bet exactly what's technically correct.
Look at this. Archer 938, Reyes 938.
Well, not surprising, given the range of talent of these spectacular champions. All right, now he's on the other side of the table from where Archer is breaking from. Now that is a little harder. All right, made the 1 on the side. All right, now, Billy, I don't think this is a tough shot. I'll show you on the screen here.
Difficult shot.
I like, and this is one of Efren's strengths, here and right over here in this range here to pocket that 3 ball. And that would be a tough shot. Pardon me?
What do you mean 3 ball?
No, he's going to make the 2 ball, and that's the route that I want the cue ball to take to get on the 3.
Oh, here and over here?
Yes.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, maybe he can't do that. Well, if not, he could. I don't know that he can draw this and get past the left-hand side pocket.
He's got a big problem here. It's a very difficult shot. I do believe he can draw it, though.
No, I think he just floats this in, tries to make it. He played it in the side. What a great hit. What a wonderful shot.
He really cuts balls well. I mean, he can see the edge of the ball and hit the edge of the ball as well as anyone.
Yes, that he can. Okay, now he can just come out one rail. Maybe the slightest little bit of right-hand English, thin hit. Just like this, the 6 goes in the side pocket. But he wants to make sure he gets on the proper side of the 6 in order to be able to get decent position on the 7 ball.
Well, if he plays the 6 in the side, it looks like he's going to almost have to play 3 rails around for the 7. Because he's laying awkwardly on the 5 to reposition the cue balls to drop nicely down table off the 6 if he chooses to play it in the side.
Well, these side pockets, you don't see much side pocket if you have a little too steep an angle like that. He might be better off to play position for the 6 in the corner.
Yeah, that's possible. That the corner will be the next.
Okay, he has decided to go 3 rails here. And for you aspiring real good position players, you don't need to draw this really. It's some left English. See, I was suggesting, Billy, tastefully, that I thought that was a little harder shot than it portended at first. Not easy.
Well, Archer's going to cut the 6 in the upper right-hand corner, but the cue ball is going to be a problem. He's going to have some problems repositioning.
Well, you know what I like with this? I'd be interested in your perspective, too. I like hitting it, playing to overcut it with no English. The cue ball goes 2 rails towards the 9 ball, and I'll take what I get. I don't like trying to twist this in from this angle. Well, he's doing it. Let's see how it comes out. Okay, nice shot, nice shot. Oh, that took a good touch. He's okay here. It goes 2 rails. You play the 8 ball in the lower right-hand corner. Be a little careful here. This is just below center ball, a touch of right-hand English. And you'll go 2 rails towards the right-hand side pocket. Being careful not to scratch therein, of course.
Well, he shouldn't hit it that hard to scratch in the side.
No, right. This is perfect. But see how it's going right towards the side. Of course, he's ever sagacious, and he knows to hit a shot like that a hair easy. All right, and our score is going to be 4-2 Archer.
Well, Archer was shooting a 938 before this rack, and he ran out this rack, so I guess it's going to...
go up a bit, is it?
Escalate his score somewhat, and Reyes went down a little bit. Both players, by the way, are playing excellent.
Yes, that they are.
Reyes missing the 6 in the side. I think that's like the first ball that was missed, other than the 3 Archer missed, which was a very difficult shot.
Well, there's lots of aspiring players that would kill for these guys' C game. And when their A game is in evidence, it's something spectacular to witness. All right, here we go, game number 7. Nice crowd tonight, too. It's difficult to even pass down the aisleway. There's so many people here.
Archer really concentrating on this break, bearing down on it pretty good.
Well, see, he plays position when you have to break from the box for the corner just opposite from where he breaks from. And you may notice we can perhaps, if you wish, keep an eye on that. And I'm suggesting rather forcibly that he gets position on that 1 ball a good 80% of the time when he strikes the break shot as he wishes, like he just did.
Right away, the 1 to the 3 is going to be the big shot in this rack.
I think he can hit this easy enough, Billy, to come down towards the 3. Now, I don't know if it passes the 9. Now, if not, this is beautiful.
That's excellent speed.
Yeah, it's a nice shot.
Well, he certainly did get rewarded for his effort there, and it looks like the remaining balls on the table are spread over the table quite nicely.
Yeah, he can just punch this over above the 4 ball and play it in the lower right-hand corner pocket, being careful not to miss a 3 ball or scratch, just like this. Now, he can stay above the 5 ball, which I think would be best advised for this particular lie of balls. Just like this. Now he can go 1 rail straight up the middle of the table.
Or 2 rails.
Or 2 rails. I think the 1 rail route's a little better here, and I think that's what he's looking at, don't you?
I kind of like 2 rails because it offers you a better air. You just go right up between the 6 and 8, but he's going 1 rail.
Well, these rails come a hair short. That's why I like the 1 rail route. I mean, this is perfect especially for a great shot maker like Archer or Reyes.
Now he has a choice there, Grady. I like going around the 7.
So do I, and let's talk about why. You don't scratch off the 8. You don't hit the 8 and get snookered or have something funny happen. What you do is load it up with left English, kind of maybe just below center ball, hit just a slow, medium speed and go around it.
Well, he chose to go 1 cushion.
Well, that was, that was no foregone conclusion there.
I think if he was offered a better angle to go around the 7, he possibly would have done it. Maybe he had to do something a little extra to get around the 7, so therefore he waited up and he chose to go 1 rail opposed to 2. This is game number 7. It looks like Archer's now going to take a 3-game lead in the match, 5 games to 2.
Well, you know a stat that I'd like to have if it's available from our excellent record keepers is how many breaks has Archer broken ran out and how many breaks has Efren broken run out? They're both shooting well over 900. Can we get that information in a few minutes? Or? All right, now this is fascinating. Archer has ran out 3 times from the break, his own break, once after Efren failed to pocket a ball. Efren has not run out after either player's break, and I'm simply suggesting that it's tough to defeat great players if you don't have that formidable break shot. But it's just no way to win, all other things being equal. Of course, the magician finds ways to win from, difficult situations. He's not out of it by any means, but I'm going to say he's going to have to break better if he expects to win this match. Three apiece, Christensen and Strickland. And I remember when Accu-Stats was, an infant in the billiard broadcasting capacity, and it was ascertained that the players that won tournaments did very well if they ran out like a third of the time. So Archer right now is running out 60% of the time so far.
Yeah, well, it's well above the average.
Now look at this break, the cue ball in the middle of the table. Now he may not make anything. No, he didn't make anything. All right, now this is Efren's opportunity perhaps, but he's going to have to play safe here. Now, I know the safety I like, Billy. I like thinning the 1 ball and bring the cue ball back behind the 6 and 9. He may elect not to do that because it's possible to let the 1 ball leak out.
I don't think he can do that. From the angle.
Well, if that's the case, he may knock the 1 ball down there, but I'd be... See, this is the shot I like right here.
Yeah, well, I didn't think he could do that, but evidently...
Well, I saw it laid pretty good for that. And as we've grown so accustomed to witnessing an Efren's great safety game, he turned in a flawless execution. In fact, this is a tough ball to even hit. Do you see a route to it that affords some measure of success?
He may be able to draw it before the side pocket.
No, that takes a perfect hit. He may jump this. Let's see. Now, he's very good at jumping balls, too. There's also a jump masse. All right, let's see how he does this. It's a foul, of course, if he miscues. Well, he doesn't automatically lose, provided that the 7-9 isn't dead.
It doesn't appear that it is dead.
Well, if it's not dead, there's no... well, the 6 ball, of course, lies in a place where it goes into those balls easily. The 3 ball, of course, in the nether regions of the table, up towards the far right-hand corner. Pocket to 4 is by the left-hand side pocket.
Oh, yeah, that's the...
But if you notice the position of the 6 in relation to the 7, if he plays the angle to the inside of the 6 and tries to go into the 9 or the 7, there is a chance he could scratch up the 7.
Or get snookered. But, you know, if I had to pick somebody, now we've talked, I have incessantly about Archer's break advantage. Now, I told you I gave the finesse advantage to Reyes. If it comes to breaking out 2 balls and not snookering oneself, you could do no better than to pick Efren Reyes. He's the best in the world at that.
No question.
And, of course, his great one-pocket ability, his rotation skills stand him in good stead for that type of execution.
If you notice, he stood on the other side of the table and tried to envision where he needed to get and what would happen if he got there.
Right. Well, let's see where the cue ball is right now. That's the angle I would like.
And that's the angle that he was looking at.
This is perfect. Now, I think he can risk hitting the 9 ball here and then going to the rail and then coming out a little bit. I don't think he's got to hit above these balls. Let's see how he does it. Just like this, right? I thought that was okay.
He really didn't get a good roll off of that breakout.
Well, this is a nice ball first hit, which billiard players are familiar with. He can go to the end rail on the second rail. I like that better than going rail first or trying to use outside English. I'll show you on the telestrator here, if I may. I'm going to say that what he's going to do after making this, he hits the 7, the cue ball goes 2, 3, and towards the 8 ball. I think that's how he's going to play this. No, he looks like he's hitting the outside of the ball. Let's see. Yeah, he hit the outside of it. Well, that's a great shot. That is a great shot.
He's going to have to make another good shot because from the position he's left himself in, frozen on the cushion near the side pocket, this shot doesn't play it that simple.
Oh, well, this is one of the hardest shots in pool, in my opinion. You can't roll it. You usually miss it. I like trying to use as little left-hand English as I can, try to make it, and try to come just the other side of the right-hand side pocket. I think it kind of comes naturally there. Maybe even with no English it comes there. But lagging this ball onto the 50 by 100 square inch of playing surface on the 4.5 by 9 American pocket billiard table, I think is difficult.
Would you say that again, please?
Well, there's 50 by 100 square inches on the 4.5 by 9 playing table.
American
surface.
pocket billiard table.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't even come close and to make that shot.
Well, that surprises me greatly. I did not expect that. Well, I thought I was the only guy that found that an incredibly tough shot. I guess everybody else in the world does too. No problem here. It's a shoot and stop. Oh, he had a little angle, so same difference. And all he has to do is pocket this simple 9 ball, and he's going to adopt a 6-game to 2 advantage.
And that he does. So at the end of game number 8, it looks like it's Archer by 4 games, 6 games to 2. Reyes missed the 6 in the side, and then he missed the 8 in the corner. Well, the 8 in the corner was a very difficult shot. He should have pocketed the 6 in the side. Archer, the only ball I believe he's missed was that long, testy shot on the 3. Other than that, I think Archer has played just about a flawless match.
Well, the ironic thing about the whole deal is that Efren made a great hit with outside English to pocket that ball in the corner. And a little unfortunate to end up frozen on the rail with the cue ball with that awkward angle. All right, here we go. Maybe we go look at those current numbers. And I think those numbers accurately reflected in the score, too, here, Bill, don't you?
Yeah, I definitely feel that. Archer shooting a 9.58, Reyes an 8.44, right around world-class speed for Reyes, well above world-class speed for Archer. Once again, Archer at the table, preparing to open up the balls. This is game number 9, 6-2 Archer.
And, of course, with an Archer at the table with that thunderbolt break, you always have to worry about him even running the set out. I mean, that's a possibility. Well, he didn't make anything. Now, Efren must have this game on his side of the ledger to really hope to win this match, in my opinion. 7-2 is awfully tough to come from behind against.
This is an interesting first shot. How would you play this shot? I think he's going to have a problem controlling the one ball here.
Yeah, he does. And I'll tell you what I like. I like using just below center ball a little left English. And I'll show you on the telestrator what I like. I like the one ball to go 1, 2 underneath these and out for the side pocket. And let's see if he does that. Oh, the one it goes, so it's academic.
Well, evidently, he didn't have much trouble controlling the one, did he?
No. Isn't that funny, Billy, how optical illusions occur on a regular basis? That didn't look... We thought, ladies and gentlemen, that he was going to have to play the combination.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought.
Well, here's the patented Efren kill shot with left-hand English. And notice he doesn't hit it high left. Sometimes when I'm practicing, my friends say to me, boy, you hardly ever miss a ball unless you use high inside, and they're right. At any rate, position for the 5 ball in the same pocket, I suspect. Just like this. He wanted to be closer to the 5 than that. These tables, while they're playing great from certain angles, the rails seem to react sluggishly. Okay, he's all right here. Now we get to see his left-handed ability, which is nothing short of remarkable. Now, this is not great, this angle here.
No, it looks like he's landed a little awkward on the 7.
He's going to have to pull it back between the 8 and 9, maybe back about a foot or two like this. That was nicely done.
You know, he creates angles as well as anyone, by the way.
Oh, he sure
does.
With
the speed that he hits shots with, actually, the speed that he hits certain shots with enables him to do that. He just has that uncanny knack to know how hard to hit shots and how large the pocket will play.
All right, our score is presently Archer 6, Reyes 3. Looks like Strickland is doing a little better. He leads 5-3 and is at the table with a very workable run out.
Strickland's been playing really well this week.
Yes, he has.
He's the only player to have won the Open 4 times.
Which is nothing short of a spectacular feat.
Now he hit him softly. He played the one on the side. And I guess he's just decided that I'm going to play the one on the side and play position. In doing that, Johnny should start racking the 2 in the back of the rack.
Now, that's a good point, Billy, and we've talked at some length about the proper way to do that. At any rate, Efren's going to go 2 rails here. And he doesn't really want to be straight in on the 3 ball, but he'll go 2 natural rails here, maybe a touch of right English. 1.
Oh, he went too long. That's not going to work.
He went too long.
He really mishit that shot.
Well, that looked to me like he didn't have to elevate the cue. That lengthened it out a bit. Now he's going to have to play safe, probably. And you like thinning it on the right side as he looks at it?
I don't know what I like here, actually.
Well, that's reachable for him. He can make that left-handed. He's close to the 3 ball. So
I don't think he
accuracy
can.
not
I don't think he can reach it left-handed.
Well, I'll bet you $100 that if he plays safe, hitting the right side of the 3, he shoots it left-handed. Give you a little, let you make a little dinner money.
You're going to let me make dinner money?
Yes.
You've never let me make dinner money in your life.
Well, I just get sick of being right all the time. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Now he's looking at double kissing it. I don't like that. If he could reach it right-handed, maybe. That's just a little too cutesy for this tough a match in the world's best 9-ball tournament. He's going to think better of it and thin the 3 ball. You're just too smart for me. All right. Well, nothing easy here. You might as well go 2 rails and try to make the 5 or get some distance between the balls. Of course, going 2 rails, the cue ball goes into the 9 after contacting the 3 ball, and that isn't especially good. So I might consider trying to go 1 rail here. Well, we'll know in a moment. I would certainly hit this, a good...
He doesn't want that to drop. He doesn't want that. I was going to say, he really doesn't have that much the worst of it from that position, considering the position of the 5.
No.
Because he was going to hit the 3 and going 2 cushions, that he gives himself an excellent chance.
Now, let's take a look at this.
5.
I'll show you my view of this on the telestrator, if I may. Cutting this in the side. See what he's looking at? It goes this way, and the 8 is a big problem for him to circumvent. Now, the most natural way to make this is using a little bit of left English and just hitting it as thin as you can and just floating gently. Now, drawing it makes this missable, I think. Okay, no, he didn't. Well, what a nice shot. That's what he had to do, is get around to the left of the 4 ball.
Now, this is the type of a shot that he's got to make sure that it keeps his eye on the ball. This demands a very thin hit.
Yeah, and he'll go over to the right side of the 6 ball as we look at it on our screen, too. No reason to risk getting cute with the 7 ball. I like a nice ball first hit here. Maybe no English is okay here.
Yeah.
And come down just like this. That's fine. Now, don't do that, Johnny. He's looking like Irving Crane when he would have a dead one in the stack and he'd circle the balls 2 or 3 times and make it look like it was tough. I mean, this is a perfect angle for a lanky right-hander.
Two cushions.
Well, he played for the side pocket. Is he going to fall short?
He's fallen a little bit short on that particular
Well, don't
shot.
you go 2 rails around the 8 here and just play the 8 in the far left-hand corner and just cinch the 7?
I think that he can draw it, Grady.
I don't think he'll draw it. Let's see. I like hitting it with no English and just going 2 rails around the 8. All he's got to do is make the 8. Oh, he didn't have as bad angle as we thought.
No, he didn't.
Boy, that looks strange from here. Now, I think he's got a slight angle to cut the 8 ball to his left, which means that he can come 1 rail and play the 9 in the lower right-hand corner pocket, if he wishes.
Yeah,
Like
that's
this.
natural.
Oh, he hit this too hard, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did. He really got careless there. I mean, he really played the cue ball on the unprofessional side.
Yeah, a little bit high there. You still have a very easy shot. Now, he'll probably make this. Johnny's shot-making ability is something, the stuff of which legends outcome. Anyway, good.
I was really surprised to see him mishit that shot so badly.
7-3.
You know, that was definitely not the correct side of the 9 to be on.
No, but I could see how that could happen to anybody there. Every once in a while, you
unless he overcut the ball. If he overcut the 8, then I can see that happening. At the end of game number 10, it's 7-3 Archer.
Luot turning in a workmanlike performance against Roger Griffiths. He leads 9-3.
Notice that there's 3 Filipino players left on the winner's side: Luot, Bustamante, and Reyes.
Okay.
Bustamante also has a lead, but not nearly as much, 3-2.
Yeah, they're playing a little slow down there. Who is Bustamante playing?
Tang
He's
Ho.
playing Tang Ho. Well, Tang Ho isn't normally that slow a player. Maybe they're just having some games rife with safety, as your head is rife with nonsense. Tang is winning 3-2. We stand corrected. All right, Archer's changing sides again.
Corner ball. 9 ball, maybe. Maybe it's 8. Got it? You got it.
Now, that's 4 times that Archer has gotten out from his own break, which puts him at 50%, which is really good.
It's better than that.
Well, that being said, let's not forget one old-time remarkable stat. When Lassiter used to play and dominate 9 balls, spectators would bet you that he was out before the break and they would end up a little ahead of you.
Are you serious?
Well, I wouldn't make up something like that. I love Wimpy. I love the modern day guys. I'm just stating a fact. But he could give the best players in the world the 7 ball too, pretty much, when he was in his heyday.
Well, you know, he would have gotten me as well if he can bet he's out before he breaks the balls.
Well, you wouldn't be gotten badly because it was just slightly more than half. I think he ran out 55% of the time or so from the break. But remember, in those days, we all froze the balls. We didn't want to give somebody a bad rack.
We're not going to go there again, are we?
No, we're not. But no, we're not. I'm not saying. I'm not.
All right.
You know, I don't know why everybody seems to think that we have to preserve this lily-white image of the modern-day 9-ball rackers. You know, their habits after hours aren't all that pure either. All right, well, we're not. Billy's the one that kind of started that. We won't go there. We'll let it go. All right, he made a ball on the break. He's going to have to play safe here. And there's a number of ways that he can do this. He could bank the 1 ball down around where he's at now with the cue ball, and a little farther, the 6, 5, 2, and 7 ball would block the cue ball from hitting the 1 ball. He can't thin the 1 on either side and get away with it, I don't think. He could kick safe it, but it doesn't lay properly for that. There's not much stuff to get the 1 behind.
Maybe he should push. He should push maybe the cue ball a 1/4 of an inch or so. I don't like the shooter from this position.
Well, if I'm playing anybody but Efren, I might do that. But I'm not going to let Efren see a ball that he's not 9 feet away from and frozen with the cue ball frozen on the rail. I'm not going to let him have a shot like that.
Well, if I feel that I'm confronted with a shot that I can't do well with, I'm going to push a little bit.
Now, he's looking to kick this ball. Now, this shot's okay, but
he's got to miss the 6, though.
Well, he's got to miss the 6 and the 7. If he hits it where he pointed that on the rail, the 1 ball goes into the 7. So I don't like this shot because he puts the 1 ball on the same end of the table as the 2 ball. And there's not much to hide the 1 ball behind.
Well, I think the kick is the best shot he has.
Okay, well, he sure struck it nicely. Well, how do you like playing this? You like just kind of rolling it in, or you can't really fire it in. You go into the 2-ball with a little too much velocity.
I like shooting it. That gives me my best chance of pocketing the ball.
Well, that's different with Efren than it is you and me. He uses inside English sometimes on shots like this. I mean, if I had this, I'd use a little bit of low left and just shoot at a nice medium speed and play it just like that. I don't think he's going to get rewarded here. Now, see, that's something I don't like. I think that the opponent should stay seated. He doesn't need to look at this. It's not his shot. Now, low right and float it gently underneath the 7 or above it like that. Oh, nice shot. Nice
Nicely
shot.
executed shot.
Well, again, he's one of the best in the world at that type of shot.
But for you players, spectators out there on that shot, you have to make sure that when you shoot that shot, you get it by the point.
Yes, the point looms big in the scheme of things. Well, again, I'm going to suggest that's very un-Reyes-like.
Yes, it is.
And there aren't even rednecks at adjacent tables. I'm making a joke. When Reed Pierce imitates me, he says that that's what I said about his match. Can he make this in the side? No, he can make it in the corner. All right, well, that wasn't so tough. Nice shot. He turned it in with a little right-hand English. All he has to do here really is make the 7. And, oh, he played it for the corner. This is fine.
We get Scott with Steve 6.
Okay. Now he'll come back 1 rail or 2. It doesn't really matter much. He decided to take the 2 rail route.
And with the pocketing of the 9, the lead will be cut in half.
Yes.
8 games to 4. It's still surmountable, particularly when we're talking about Reyes.
Yes. But he needs this next couple of games here pretty badly.
And he's going to probably need to put a little more velocity. But, of course, the last time he broke the balls, he broke them softly and played the 1 on the side. Notice the position of the 2 now. The 2 ball was racked in the back of the rack. Now, if Reyes plays the 1 on the side with that soft stroke, he's going to have a problem getting position on the 2.
All right, that's a telling point, Billy. Let's see what transpires. Look how easy he is. See, I just don't believe you can beat Archer with that break. I mean, well, if I'd have known he was going to break the balls like that, I would have hastened to make a medium-sized wager. And I love Efren. I'm not picking on him, but I just don't think you can beat an Archer breaking the balls like that. When Pat Fleming used to do the Accu-Stats averaging all the time and a tournament was over with, I remember one of my best tournaments was one where I broke the balls 56 times and I only scratched once. And I made a ball something like 80% of the time. Now, and that's not as good as what Archer turns in today. But if you look at Efren's break performance to this
that's
juncture,
not as good as Archer. You made a ball 80% of the time. Broke him 56 times and scratched
I only scratched
once.
Yeah, I've got it in Pat's monthly thing.
That's probably the best breaking percentage.
No, I imagine they've had guys that I just win a tournament here. I don't think I ever did scratch on the break. But I don't break the balls like Archer, so he's going to make a lot more balls than I am. I might be off on the 80% too, but I don't think so. You know, if you're playing on equipment where the corner ball goes, 80%'s not out of reach.
Now if you're playing on equipment where the corner ball goes, yeah, with 5.5-inch pockets.
Well, I didn't say 5.5-inch pockets.
Well, you didn't say the corner ball was going either.
All right, the room is astir with a little buzz of activity. as these great matches are continuing to take place. Now, he's got a nice angle here. The 7 ball only goes in the lower left-hand corner pocket.
Well, it looks like he can go one cushion to the center of the table, next to the left-hand side pocket, about a foot off of the rail.
Yeah. As long as he goes a little bit past straight in on the 6, he's fine here. But he hit it too easy.
Little sluggish. I don't think he's gotten where he needed to get.
He's got to go 3 rails here, Billy, doesn't he?
I don't even know if he has that.
Well, I think he does, unless I see it incorrectly. His only other option is to roll pretty much straight forward, I think. I don't think he's got an angle to punch it down 2 rails. Well, we'll know in a minute what he decides to do. Well, that's kind of interesting, that one shot he got out of line on the 9 ball. Well, he went too long, and this one he fell short.
Looks like he's going 3 rails.
Well, I think that's his only viable option.
But he's going to be, he's drawing it across table and then back on the other side. He's going to have to put left-hand English on this now.
Okay, nice shot. I didn't know he had that kind of angle. That wasn't so bad. Nice shot. Nice shot. All right, and just like this, our score is going to read 9 games to 4, advantage Johnny Archer.
That's exactly what it's going to read. And Archer's speed has really picked up since Monday. Today is Friday, and it's getting down to where, it's getting down to where the Open is won. And that's on Friday and Saturday. Archer's speed has really picked up. We're leading in the match 9 games to 4.
Maybe we can get some numbers here. I'd like to see what these players are shooting. Now, if you were Efren's coach and you got a short break to chat with him, what would you tell him?
If I was Efren's coach and I had an opportunity to chat with him?
Yeah. You had a chance to coach him throughout the entire match, and what would you tell him?
I don't think I qualify to be his coach. So I just dummy up and just allow him to to do whatever he chooses to do. He's got a pretty good record.
Oh, that he does. Of course, I'm not picking on Efren, believe me. I love Efren. I just think his break performance in this particular match has been abysmal and lethargic, lackluster. Here's the numbers.
Archer maintaining that high average of 955. Reyes at 868. 955 is really playing some pool.
Yes, that it is.
Not that time.
Okay. Reyes has a nice opportunity here. Pull a little closer.
If he's able to run out here, this will be the first time in the match that he's run out after Archer's break. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is a bad angle, yes. Forward might hit the 9 ball, and drawing it might hit the 8.
Well, he may want to hit the 8. Draw in between the 8 and 4 here. Like this.
Okay. Good shot. Now he'll have to come out 2 rails and plan to play position on the 4 ball for the lower left-hand corner pocket.
This figures to be the shot in the rack here. That'll tell the story. If he has the speed, which he's a little short of the mark, about a foot.
Well, I find shots like this difficult because the 6 ball, it affects your aim and your follow-through and everything else. Now, he'll probably make it. He'll probably twist it in with maybe a touch of left English. Like that. Good shot. Now he's got to go. Does he have to go to the end rail here? No, okay. Nice shot. Now he'll just make the 6 and 1 or 2 rails. I think he'll select the 1 rail route. Good shot. And again, 1 or 2 rails, whatever you like. Good shot. And this is not a tough shot. Low left-hand English. He'll punch the cue ball out 1 natural rail. And our score is going to be 9 games to 5 Archer. And while we have a lull in the activity, I'd like to mention that this great tape or any of the AccuStats quality products may be obtained by the mere expedient of dialing 1-800-828-0397.
You did mention our cameraman.
Yes, I did. Well, we can mention him again.
How about our sound technician?
Yeah, we can mention
Billy
him
Foster.
again.
Our character generator. Merlin Glodek. Statistician. Pete Fleming Jr. And our cameraman assistant, Pete Fleming Sr.
All right. Now, guys, I don't mean to be rude or drive a dead horse into the ground, but this break performance just doesn't measure up to Archer. I mean, there's no way to win. It's just not possible. If I were his coach, we've had some great coaches, like Hal Mix used to coach Nick Varner and me. We could both spot Hal Mix like 10-4 in the breaks playing one pocket. But he gave sound advice and so on. And I'd tell Efren to go to the cut break or do something different, not the soft break. And I'd tell him to use the cut break and hit him as hard as he could and just try to control the cue ball and see if he could string some racks together.
Efren may even... He might not even have another appearance here in this match.
Right. And I think in the end, if it proceeds as already scripted, the final stats will be very telling. Quite in the favor of Archer, especially in the break department. And I remember when I used to scrutinize Pat Fleming's Accu-Stat magazine, which was a wonderful publication. Of course, he couldn't make any money on it, but but I used to study it, and I'd see, well, geez, what are my weaknesses? And sometimes it was the break, sometimes it was something else. Now, did he get where he can make this?
Yeah, I think he can make it from there. No, there's no reason to, excuse me. I was talking to myself again, Grady.
Well, there's nothing wrong with talking to yourself tastefully, I don't think. Not a thing in the world the matter with it. Okay, 3 rails. And after hitting the 3rd rail, you go toward the 8 ball, 1, 2, 3, and towards the 8. Now he can follow this or draw it as is his desire. I like drawing this, maybe a touch of right-hand English with the draw, like this, nicely done. And Archer is preparing to go ahead 10 games to 5.
Yeah, Archer's shooting a 960 now, and it's awfully difficult to beat a 960, particularly when that 960 breaks the balls as well as Archer.
Well, if you think it's not important, Archer has, what does he have, 5 getting outs from the break, including 1 9-ball in the break. That's 50%. What would the score be if he didn't have those? It'd be 5 each. Even though Efren tonight has played desultorily, which is not usual for him, still, it's hard to beat that kind of break performance.
Nice crowd here Friday night, huh?
Yes, it's hard
Nice
even
crowd.
hard to negotiate the aisleways. It's that packed. Okay, this is worth a little extra time. And he changed sides again. I think he came up dry a couple of times from the other side. Okay, I think a spectator or somebody taking a picture kind of stood up and startled him.
Corner ball once again, 5-ball. But he's not going to come up with an offensive shot, and it looks like Reyes will make another appearance.
Yeah, he's going to get to shoot at least once again.
Thank you. Former California State Nine-Ball champion, owns his own billiard service company.
I think he's probably going to have to push here. I don't know that he can even see the right edge of the 1 ball. I can't tell from here. No, I'm pretty sure he cannot. And if not, where do you like pushing? I know what I like, just rolling the 3 to the end rail and just having a cue ball right there.
Please welcome back Mr. Larry Neville, takeaway team Neville. And remember the Japanese contingent, Yoshiro Kitatani-san, number 18. Okay, Dixon Zampapo, table 17.
Well, he told him to shoot. He didn't even get up and look at it. That's very not like Reyes. You don't think this warrants a look, trailing 10-5?
Former winner of the Sands tournament in Reno, Nevada. He finished the Final Four here several years ago from Vancouver, British Columbia. Mr. John.
Well, I see 2 or 3 ways to play this shot. He could go rail first, or he could try to bring the cue ball back behind the 6-4-9.
Yeah, I kind of like playing safe here. If he goes for the pocket, if he makes the 1, he's gonna. There's no guarantee he's going to come up with a shot for the 2.
Well, he can also bank it 2 rails off the 8 and try to make it off the 8 and probably have it safe, especially if he can squat Whitey on the end rail.
Well, the 3's kind of like tied up now. So.
Well, I don't know why that is, Billy, but the player that's behind seems to face really rough layouts like this. When they finally do get a shot, I mean, I don't know that Houdini could get out here. I don't even know what he was trying to do there.
I don't know what he was trying to do either.
I mean, if he had hit on the other side of the side, he hits those balls, he doesn't have position, and if he gets past the side, he breaks up to 3, but he might scratch and or gets snookered, and he's certainly not going to have position. Well, the 6 ball blocks going 2 rails. Now he's looking to see if the 3 will go. I don't know if it will or not. He might be able to twist it in if he gets up around the area of the side pocket. I don't know. If not, I'd be a little concerned here.
I think he can go around the 6 here.
Well, he can't go around it short, can he?
Yeah, I think he can. Maybe he can't, but it looks like he might be able to do that. He's not going to attempt it. What he's doing, he's going to protect his lead. He's going to play position on the 3 to hook him back off the 3.
Yeah, well, he can do that just by coming up around the side pocket, but I don't know what he's doing there. He was addressing that as if he intended to go 3 rails or something. Now, what I would do here is say to myself, don't get snookered. Got a nice lead against one of the best players in the world. This is a big match. Don't snooker myself.
I'd play this short. And if I hit the 6 on the side, the cue ball's coming down here anyways.
Well, I don't see any reason to. Now, that's what I like. And if you can't make it from there, play safe.
Grady, I don't think our air conditioner's working here.
No, it is a little stuffy here.
Yeah.
It really is. And I haven't seen a waitress in eons. Now, this is okay, too. This is another angle from which to play a great safety. This is fine. And I sure wouldn't risk getting in any trouble here. No reason to shoot at this is my point. Because you can do the safety 100% of the time. Archer, well aware of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, beginning on table number 10 from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Please welcome Mr. James Walden. James Walden on table number 10. And his opponent is a member of the UC professional staff, a representative for Dare Furniture and Equipment, and also Sportsmaster table covers. Winner of over 90 titles during his career, locked for the Hall of Fame for Scranton, PA, King James, Jimmy Ridley, good hand for Ridley.
Well, when it rains, it pours. He hasn't had a roll either.
Well, it's the 7 and the 8 are still kind of like tied up.
Well, that combination is
It's
not
makeable,
terrible.
but, you know, it's still a problem.
Okay, on table number 7, another member of the strong contingent from the Republic of the Philippines. A warm welcome, please, for Antonio Lenny, Republic of the Philippines. Thank you. His opponent is a former winner of the Lexington All-Star 9-Ball Championships, known as the Flamethrower. Please welcome from Indianapolis, Indiana, Mr. George Breedlove. Breedlove and Lenny, thank you.
Hey, this is ideal. He'll play position, I suspect, for the side pocket, although he could play position for the corner if he wishes. Well, I've seen stranger things than that happen.
Looks like he took his eye off the ball.
Well, I've seen bigger comebacks than this successfully staged, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely. By a much lesser,
Right. Now, see, now
by much lesser talented Reyes.
I would be a little worried. I really would.
I like to be that worried, leading 10-5 all the time.
Well, the true odds are 31-1 against Efren, like winning this, right? If he wins this game. Less the break vig, you make it roughly 23-1 or so. But still, it's not as good as having your opponent shake your hand after you've defeated him. Okay. Now, I'm not going to risk going to the balls here if I'm Efren. I don't think there's any reason for him to do that. Now, this is nice because he can play the combination if he wants, or he can play the 7 in the lower right-hand corner if he has that much confidence in pulling the cue ball over there. Of course, he's going to take a look at it. What I wouldn't do is risk going into him here, Billy. What do you think? That's nice. This is about the right angle to shoot this from. And I play position. I think he can get position for the. I don't know if he can get position for the side pocket or the same pocket. Same pocket. Good shot. I couldn't tell the exact angle.
And if you had a ticket on the raffle with Falcon Q's, a red ticket. Last 4 digits 7145. The name is.
Well, he's gotten himself in a little bit of trouble here.
And this shot is a lot easier when you're ahead 10-5, but he'll probably make it. Good shot. 10-6.
Mechanics Croft, please take.
Well, I would try something different. I'd also check the rack. Every top player practically checks the rack. This is good. He should check it just in case. I would do something different. Let's see what he does here. Oh, he's a soft break again. Well, he made one. Well, Billy, he's going to have to, let me show you on the telestrator, and he's got the stroke to do this. I like making the cue ball here with a lot of right English and right down there. And this, again, is an Efren REYES strength. This is a tough shot for anybody except him. See, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
That's a beautiful shot.
And the cue ball's on the rail. I mean, he didn't have to take extra time to aim it or to add English or anything. Beautifully perpetrated.
Okay, another match on the one-loss side, beginning on table number 2. From Jacksonville, Florida, please welcome back Mr. Butch Croft. With a hand for Butch Croft, please. Table number 2. Come on over here in the end zone. And his opponents from Toledo, Ohio, sponsored by Glass City Billiards.
Unfortunately, I think he ended up with an angle where he cannot get position on a 3-ball comfortably.
Known as the mechanic.
That's about the best that he could do. Now, you like putting him behind a 7?
Yeah, I think that's his only shot, which is a very good one, by the way. Cutting off all the rails now.
Yeah, he's going to have to go one rail here. Can't get there, Johnny. You got to go one rail. This has a tendency to lengthen out, so you got to be a bit careful with it. And I would try to hit this, with a little pace, give myself a chance to get distance between the 3-ball and the cue ball.
From South Korea, please welcome Sung Yi, table number 1. Have a hand for Mr. Yi, please, from South Korea. Come on, make some noise. Thank you.
Tough shot here.
His opponent is...
Now, if he doesn't hit this ball, this match could get very interesting.
And also the Tiger.
Well, of course it could. Now, where do you like getting on this 5-ball? Okay, this is okay. But now he's going to load this up with inside English, because the other way, he could accidentally hit it a little hard and end up behind the 8. Okay, he killed it the other way. Now he's not happy. He would suggest he got straight in. Now he can draw this, so if he wants. Or if he's got a slight angle, punch it underneath it. That's a nice shot. Here's a shot. I just try to make the ball. I don't worry about getting it 1 inch farther off the rail. Just like this, you take what you can get. And I think he's got an angle to...
And with the pocketing of the 8 and 9, this match now is very winnable for Reyes.
Oh, of course it is.
10-7.
Well, the odds went all the way down to about 11 or 12 to 1 from 23 to 1 or so. Earl won his match 11 games to 6. It could really get interesting if he wins another 2 or 3 games here.
It's interesting right now.
But I wouldn't have the guts to soft break him in this spot. You know, I try it sometimes early in the match, and I see how it goes and stuff, but trailing a guy like Archer, I mean, to soft break the balls in the U.S. Open, takes incredible courage.
Table 5, 90 girls, there's a winner stack match, so Mr. Christian is going to be back. We get
Okay, here we go.
He soft broke him again.
Oh, yeah. I never quite saw anything like this in all my life. Now, the 5-6 caused a little bit of a problem. The 5 at present only goes in a couple of pockets, but he left Johnny a perfect angle to get on the 2-ball, and he's looking at it to see if he can not end up straight in on the 2-ball.
He would like to draw it to the side rail here.
Yeah, low right-hand English. Just like this. Nice shot.
Staying on top of the 2. Much better angle to have. That way you don't have to fool with a 9.
Now he'll go 2 rails, I suspect, and play position for the 3 in the far left-hand corner. Or he could go far enough to play position for the side, depending on his particular preference.
You have to take in consideration where the 4 is and where you want to get on the 4 to determine what you want to do right now from the 2 to the 3.
But this is not an easy shot to get a perfect angle on the 3-ball. To even get on
I don't
the 4.
like playing position for the upper left-hand corner unless I get a real good angle. Well,
this is a good angle. Because
yeah, this is fine now because now we can go cross table.
He goes 1 natural rail, a little bit of left English perhaps. Mm-hmm. And he'll want to hit about the 2nd diamond on the lower right-hand side rail, Bill.
Most importantly for Johnny, he has to make sure that he pockets the 3-ball here. He's laying a little thinner on the 3 than he wanted to. But he's got to make sure that he pockets the 3 here.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I think he tried to go 2 rails there, don't you?
He came up a little short on the
yeah, but that's the only... well, I am really surprised.
He's going to have to hit this very thinly in order to not scratch in the corner pocket. He hit the 5. This is getting very interesting now.
Yes,
10 to 7, and barring any unforeseen things happening here, it's going to be 10 to 8.
Well, I couldn't be more surprised, Billy. I mean, Archer was in the catbird seat.
Now, that's the 2nd rack he's had an opportunity to close Reyes out.
Yeah, yeah.
And his stats has probably taken a nosedive.
Yeah.
But, of course, he's really not concerned about stats right now. He's concerned about advancing in this tournament with a $50,000 first prize.
Sure.
And it's being jeopardized right now because of his inability to get out.
Low right English, or he can go 3 rails with inside English. Like this.
And he likes that shot an awfully lot.
Yeah, I do too. I like that shot.
And after pocketing the 9, the match will then become more interesting at 10 to 8. Keep in mind, at one time in this match, it was 10 to 5. Since then, Archer's had 2 opportunities to close Reyes out, obviously failing on each. But in defense of Archer, he's played really a magnificent match other than that. But he still needs to close him out. Much harder break that time.
And he made a ball.
And he made a ball. 898, Archer took a real nosedive in the stats. 893 for Reyes. starting to get pretty even in the stat department in his score as well.
Now, this is very interesting, Billy. If he can make this one ball, he's got a chance to bring this to 10-9. There's a little problem with the 6, 7, 9. But right now, he just mainly needs to pocket this one ball. We're going to change tapes. We'll be right back. Oh, okay, we missed one shot, but it was an easy 3-ball shot. Now here, Billy, I think I like him getting like this, straight in on the 5. Now, when he plays the 6, he can go forward with right-hand English and float out 2 rails for the 7-ball, or he can draw back off the 9. I kind of like going forward with the right-hand English. Let's see how he elects to do this.
I think he's going to draw off the 6, isn't he?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Well, I don't like drawing here. There's no reason to draw this. If he goes forward with right-hand English, he has to have a shot. And for you players who are learning how to make accurate calls, if he hits the 9 first, it moves much more quickly than if he hits the 6 first. The 9 will move pretty slowly. Okay. I don't know. Drawing this is a little testy. The 9 pushes the 7 towards the side. If you catch it a little thin, you don't maybe have position.
But how much room does he have to pocket the 6 with inside English? That seems to be a question.
Maybe not. I don't know. From here, it looks like he does.
You know, if it's marginal whether or not he can pocket the 6, particularly with right-hand English, he must draw it then.
Okay.
See, he really didn't have much room. See, he had to turn it in.
Okay. Well, I like trying to put him behind the 9-ball here. What do you think? And I'm not going to try to get that 7-ball all the way to the end rail.
Yeah, he's going to put him behind the 9, but he's also going to get it the 7 to the other rail.
Oh, he has room to do this. Oh, this is even better. Just be sure you don't make the 7 cross corner.
The only thing Archer has is 2 cushions, I believe, toward the 7. Now, if he contacts the 7 here, he doesn't have to give up a shot. If
I really like going 3 rails at this. I mean, you have a chance to make the ball. Maybe you get it safe. Archer's going to take a short break, and I suspect so shall we. Billy, all I meant was miss it on the pro side if you're going to miss a kick by going 3 rails, and that way you might get away with it.
Yeah, you definitely have to shoot this, and if you miss it long, because better things can happen for you if you miss it long. If you miss it short, you can scratch, or if you don't want to shoot this short. You want to shoot it long. If you happen to hit in back of the 7 by hitting the 3rd rail, then there's a chance that when you walk away from the table, you won't even give up a shot.
Now, let's say if I can show you, we don't have the table on our monitor here. I'd like to show you on the telestrator what I'm going to suggest. We need the table on our.
Okay, we need a table on the telestrator.
Here we go. I'll show you what I like. I like right here with right-hand English and just above center ball. 1, 2, and right like this. 3, and maybe you cut it in and a cue ball down here or something. Lots of neat things can happen by going that route. And your 2-rail attempt isn't ill-advised either. You might hit it 2 rails.
Well, even if you try to hit it long, you're still liable to hit it on the nose going down anyways.
But see, the 2-rail system lays perfectly for him to hit just before that first diamond, just to his left of it. And that takes him 3 rails into the 7-ball. I'm not going to go into detail and explain to you why. I mean, I don't want to wise you up too much.
Well, you don't have to worry about wising me up, Grady. Really. I've done fine without you wising me up.
Oh, boy. All right, here we go.
Now, miss it long if you're going to miss it.
Exactly. And
that's for sure.
And you got to hit this with a speed to give yourself a chance to win, too. I see some players who have great kicking ability, and they'll bunt a kick like this, thus affording themselves zero chance to win.
Well, there's no reason to bunt this kick, considering the position of the 8.
All right, let's see what happens here. Now look, that he's eyeing it perfectly. That's exactly the right
It's a
line.
big shot here for him.
Well, it's huge. It could be the rest of his life. This is destiny, karma, fate, happenstance, whatever you want to call it, opportunity, history.
And he's having a little bit of a problem pulling the trigger.
Well, I'd have a hard time executing from this spot, too. I like to have a little nicer shot at my apples.
If at all possible, he would like to hit below center on the cue ball so it doesn't jump up in the air on him.
Yeah, good point, Billy. Good point. Well, I like the just above center ball here. All right, here we go. It's perfect bridge.
See how the cue ball jumped up? See, the cue ball jumped up and actually it lengthened out because of that reason.
Well, why don't you talk about how interesting this has in fact become? And you touched on it beginning about 3 games ago, but now from, 10 to 9, are not all things possible, my friend?
Well, it was 10 to 5, and it was, if you will, not a boring match, but it was like, we had a lot of time to talk about all kind of stuff.
Let's
but
call
now,
a spade a spade. I want to get your view on it. I'm going to be honest, more honest with you perhaps than I've ever been. When I have a guy 10 to 5 or 10 to 4, and he starts mounting a comeback like this, I start dogging it. I mean, I really do.
Yeah, I know you do.
I don't deny it.
Yeah, definitely the pressure's on Archer right now, that's for sure.
Well, Efren has
It's
nothing
been
to
on
lose
Archer
now.
the
He
last
thought he'd already
several
lost, man. And, if you think back to when it was 10 to 5, on a rollout, he didn't even get up from his chair to look at it. Do you remember that? He was defeated. His body language suggested that. Yeah. Now the momentum has changed. And our friend Marty that does the Efren imitations too, he'll have new fuel for, fodder for the grist or grist for the mill, as they say. Okay, 10 to 9.
The last time Reyes broke the balls, he broke them with a lot more velocity.
Well, I think he has to do that to have a chance to win. I mean, you can't hit him like an old woman, and I'm trying to be gender correct in this politically correct age, but I can't help it. You got to hit him. Good things can happen. Smack him. There you go.
Pocketing of the 5. He needs to kiss right there. Look at this.
Look at this.
Look at this. Now he's a new favorite all of a sudden.
Well, that's the most astounding thing I've ever seen in my life. The pool gods know what's going on. They know who's ahead. They know if you dogged it. They know if you dumped somebody. I mean, dump somebody off the wrong place.
Now, talking about a fortuitous roll, a fortuitous kick.
Well, I've always thought
that certainly was one.
I always thought Efren was a bit possessed of supernatural capabilities anyway. I don't know exactly how to explain it. I don't think they have voodoo in the Philippines. That's from Haiti. But whatever it was, it's magical. Let's just call it magical. And coming back in this spot would really be something.
Well, this one will be talked about for a long time. Fortunately, we're going to have it at Accu-Stats.
Yes, it will be available. All right, does he go to the end rail? Does he have room to follow down to the right side of the 9, or does he just draw back? That's what I thought. Okay, now he'll go 2 rails here. Across the table, being careful not to scratch in the side pocket.
A lot of pressure out there on both players, particularly Archer.
Yeah, no kidding. And not only that, Billy.
What's happening with the cue ball?
The house is going to come down if this gets to 10 apiece, too. The people are going to love it.
Now, the angle that he has on the 6 at least suggests to me that he can't get off the rail. He'd be better off just stopping where it is now.
Exactly. That would be the intelligent shot. And he's looking at that. Drawing it back, if he gets straight in on these, he could have some problems.
Right. If he stops where the 6 is now, at least he'll have the angle to reposition the cue ball for the 8. If he draws it back, though, he may get straight in on the 7 and very close to the side rail. He doesn't want that.
No.
Never seen their athlete look nervous before.
Okay.
And being the excellent shot maker that he is, I think he should stop it there. He's looking to draw it back precisely to the second diamond on the side rail on the other side of the side pocket.
Well, this is okay. He can. Well, now he. Go ahead, Billy. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
He didn't get where he intended to get.
No,
but
didn't he get
nevertheless,
exactly straight in?
He was able to get down far enough off the cushion too.
Well, but if he's straight in, now look, he's going to have to look at this. He might be able to cut it very, very slightly to his left. If he could bring the cue ball up 4, 5, 6, 8 inches, I'd be happy with that.
It's huge if he can do that.
Well, of course, then it makes the 8-ball pocketing much easier. Yeah, okay, he's okay. Nice shot.
Yeah, that was huge. Had he not been able to do that, he would have been looking at a much more difficult shot on the 8. But in the meantime, from 10 to 5, and it looks like it's going to be knotted up at 10 apiece, Reyes breaking the balls and pocketing balls on the break. Falling a little short of the mark here.
Well, he wanted to be sure he didn't scratch. He would have felt silly if he'd have scratched. I mean, I'd rather be short.
And it looks like we're going to have a hill-hill match.
Yeah, to the utter delight of the capacity audience.
And that's what we have. I'm really curious to see if Archer is given the opportunity, how he's going to respond to this, because a lot of pressure out there right now on Archer. A lot of pressure.
Well, I think Archer is possessed of a fighting heart. He's one of the nicest guys I know, and you know, he's got great talent, a wonderful work ethic, and he does things in professional style. If he gets the opportunity, I expect him to run out if he gets a shot. But now, of course, he's got to worry about even getting back to the table, right?
What I would like to see, after the balls are broken, a lot of congestion out there, making it a long last game.
Well, you always liked pain anyway.
Yes.
You know, you're big on that.
Okay, now Archer does have an opportunity at the table. He does have an opportunity, and the two ball looks like it may even be game ball here. Look how the balls are lined.
Yeah, but how do you do this? You can't roll this.
That's
you can't
right.
roll this, and you can't go up and down. This is a hard shot.
But he can put inside English on it and maybe go into the 6 or the 2.
Yeah, I think he has to do that. Boy, this is not easy.
And if he has, exactly right, it isn't easy. Does he have enough courage to put the inside English on it at this point in the match?
Well, he's going to look at it. He's looking at that. I sure wouldn't roll this ball. Not for my chili.
This is the shot here that should decide who's going to advance on in this tournament.
Well, I like your shot. I don't try to go into the 2 ball. I try to go into the 6 ball. You load it up with right English.
Yeah, I love that shot of Archer's face. Let's stay on his face and see how much concentration he has able to sustain here.
Well, this is what it's all about. Championship 9 ball at the 25th U.S. Open. All right, here we go.
I'll tell you what, he hit it perfectly.
Now, if this goes in the side, which I believe it does, he just floats out above and beyond the 6 and 9 ball for the 3 ball, and this is...
This is almost a throw-in run out here if it goes in the side.
Yeah, it is, sure.
If it goes in the side, look how it's a connected dot. 4 to the 5, 5 to the 6, 6 to the 7, 7 to the 8 may be a little hairy.
Now, that's what he's looking at. I think he just floats this in with maybe a touch of right-hand English and a just above center ball. All he's got to do is make it. I wouldn't draw it any. I just let it go out there naturally, just like this. Nice shot.
You don't want to get over the 7. Now, he's over the 7 somewhat. It's going to diminish the shot accuracy somewhat. I don't know how much. You know, there's a lot of pressure out there right now on him.
Well, this is a tough shot. But, you know, I've said oftentimes, Jay Swanson was the best in the world at shooting over a ball. Archer was Swanson's road partner for a couple of years, and he learned this particular talent. I think we'll see this split yonder pocket. Let's see how he hits it.
10-10, 4.5-inch pocket. Ooh.
Nicely done.
I tell you, he needed the pocket, the whole pocket there.
Well, it's a tough shot.
He needed the pocket.
Now it's all over because the 5 to the 6.
No, nothing is all over.
Well, I know.
Forget about all over.
Well, I believe it's all over.
Under normal, circumstances, it would be all over. 2-2, 5-4. This is 10-10, and he had a 10-5 lead.
Yeah, I started it. Yeah,
Okay.
You're right. I thought it was all over when it was 10-5.
He had a 10-5 lead too. He should be a little bit shaky right now.
But the cue ball comes naturally towards the 6 ball here.
Mm-hmm.
Now he got perfect. He doesn't have to go to the end rail. He can just roll forward here.
He has to roll forward far enough. He doesn't want to fall short on this shot.
No, I don't know. I think I'd rather fall a hair short.
No, he doesn't want to fall short here. He's got to come forward at least 8 inches here.
Well, I don't want to get...
Because if he falls straight in, it's good. If he falls slightly beneath the 7, it's fine. But he can't just roll down 2 or 3 inches, because that's not going to be a
not
problem.
2 or 3 inches. I didn't mean that. I just wouldn't want to get to where I had to cut it too much to my left.
Oh my! What did he do here? What did he do here?
Nothing. He didn't do anything.
What did he do
wait a
here?
minute. Well, he got a little tough.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is really suspenseful now, because not only did he come up short on the 7, the 8 ball was positioned really not in a real good spot.
See, I'd play this in a side pocket. Low left-hand English.
I didn't think he needed to do all that travel.
No, I didn't either. But maybe the angle looked different at the table.
Or maybe it just looked different to him.
Maybe he just wanted to hit it with a little authority and not roll the ball. He should make this. He'll go down to the end rail, planning to play the 8 ball in the far left-hand corner pocket. The main thing here, pocket the 7 ball. And remember that you're a great player. You're close to the ball. Nothing especially difficult here.
Oh, I'll tell you, he's struggling. He's really struggling. He's really struggling. Yeah, I'll tell you, he needed the whole pocket once again.
Ronnie Allen called that the high-speed wobbles.
I'll tell you what, if he makes the 8, he'll be in perfect line for the 9 in the upper right-hand corner. That's the second time he went to his can. Now there's no more juice left in that can. He better have a little juice left in him. No more Pepsi left in the can for Archer. And this is his last chance to win this match. This is a real big game for him to win. If he loses it, he may never overcome it. He's going forward. I don't like going forward here.
No, I like just punching it out to the right. That's what he did. This is perfect.
Not a gimme. It's not a gimme. You don't have any Pepsi left. He's drinking from a dry can.
Okay, pretty interesting situation. This match has had a bit of everything, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has finally unraveled to where it was about as exciting as a match as you can expect to get. I'll tell you what, he struggled, but he got there. He got there.
Well, I got to say, that was one thrilling contest. Efren came up dry on the last rack, too, on the break. So
I'll tell you what, a little longer race, I don't know. I don't know if the race was a little longer. He was really struggling there.
Okay, we're going to do an interview in a little bit here.
Okay, Johnny, first I'd like to congratulate you on this really pressure-packed victory against possibly the greatest player in the world besides yourself, Efren Reyes.
Thank you, Billy. I really appreciate that.
I talked with you a little earlier in the week. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and you came up to me and said, Billy, I'm playing bad, but I'm winning. I'm playing bad, but I'm winning. And I said to you, Johnny, you need to play a quality player, a real strong player. I think your game will go up. Is that what happened out there today?
You know, that's exactly what happened. You know, I've been struggling with my game, but you know, I've really been working on my game. That's weird because I've never really worked on my game that much in the last, ever. But in the last six months, I've really been working on my game, practicing hard, working on my mental attitude and everything, and it really hadn't been paying off. But I think tonight it paid off because, that's actually the best match that I've played, against a good player in a long time. A great player, I'm sorry, in Efren. You can't use him as good.
Well, Billy asked me, he said, what do you think's going to happen if Johnny gets a run out after Efren has come back from 10-5 behind to tie it up at Hill Hill? And I told him, I said, well, Johnny's got a fighting heart, a good work ethic, and a lot of talent. I expect him to run out, and you did. And I thought that under the conditions, you performed heroically almost. I mean, it's really hard when a guy comes back, and you missed a couple of opportunities where ordinarily, you would get out 90% of the time probably.
Well, the shot that really cost me is when I missed the 4-ball at 10-5. And I had a couple different ways I could shoot it. I wanted to come back across table, which was probably the normal way to shoot it. But I shoot the ball with a lot of kill English a lot of times, and sometimes it hurts me in certain situations. I guess whenever you're nervous or something, that's not the shot to shoot.
No.
And I'm learning that as I go. As I'm saying, I'm learning every tournament. And yeah, Billy, what you said earlier in the week, I've been struggling every match. I've not played a good match yet up until I played Efren.
This match was a good match for you.
I made one adjustment when I was practicing today. I made one adjustment. When I was playing at the BCA tournament, I decided that I was going to raise my head up just a little bit, more than normal, up off the cue, not so low, because I felt like I could see the balls a little bit better. Maybe that's just me. Some people go lower, and usually I go lower so low I almost touch my chin.
Well, you're getting older now, John.
True.
Yeah, all right. No, this is where we are now. 10-10, and I said to Grady, I'm really curious to see how Archer is going to respond if he gets an opportunity at the table. And you did get an opportunity. The first shot on the 1-ball, you had to put inside English on it. Well, how did you feel about that shot?
Well, it laid pretty good to go into the 6. I had to shoot it to go into the 6-ball because I couldn't hold the 1 to shoot the 2 in the side. I couldn't do it. It was too thin. And I couldn't go up and down the table. There were balls in the way.
That's exactly what we said.
Right. Too many balls in the way. So I said, just put inside English. If you hit the 6, you got to make sure you come off the rail to hit it, because if you hit it full, it's going to go up and hit the 2.
Right.
Now you can be snooker. Now you can knock it down. Now, no telling what might happen.
So you made a good shot shooting the 1. Now you got the shot on the 2. Grady says to me, if he can play this in the side, he can come off, no draw, nothing. He can come off for a nice position on the 3.
Yes.
Well, you went a little bit too far, and you had to jack up over the 7.
Well, I did, and I didn't want to have to jack up for sure. That was the only place that I could get that I would actually get nervous at. That's why I actually shot the 3 a little quicker, because I figured if I sat there and took too much time and looked and studied and done this and done that, that I might dog it.
Okay, you made the 3. You needed a little bit more pocket than you thought, but you made the 3.
Yeah.
The 4 to the 5 was routine. Now we're up to the 5 to the 6.
Yeah.
Now you shot the 5, you dropped on to the 6, okay? Now for 6 to the 7. Then I said to Grady, all he needs to do is come down, but come down far enough, Grady, so where he can play the 7, but possibly in the corner, play the 8 in the same corner. But you went another route. You tried to go down to the end cushion. I didn't understand that.
Well, the reason that I did is because the angle I had on the 6, I was going right toward the 7. And so then I couldn't double it out. I couldn't double the corner out with any kind of forcing. I would have to follow it. So I'm going to end up way long on the 8. And I looked at that. So I said, well, just all I want to do is come off the end cushion and just back out. Any kind of angle there, when I'm that close to 7, I can do anything. So, but the way it laid, if I hit it hard, I'm going to clip the edge of the 9.
Oh, that's no good then.
So then if I clip the 9, I'm probably going to end up here and might end up with any English, it's going to end up on the side rail.
That's why you ended up short.
And so that's why I made sure I hit the 6 a little full and hit it easier, so I didn't clip the 9. And I thought maybe it might boing off the end rail just a little bit. I was hoping, which it didn't. But I looked
when
in
you
case.
Start hoping,
which I looked in case I did come up short. I was going to have the 7 in the side, which at the angle I was going to have, it wasn't going to be a hard shot anywhere except where I got, where I had to cut it and come here.
So now you had the 7 in the side, and Johnny, you needed the whole pocket.
I did. I really hit it to the outside of the hole. But lately, when I'm hitting them shots, I'm undercutting them every time. So I said, cut this ball, please, cut this ball.
Now when you start talking to yourself like that, you got problems.
Well, I had problems the whole rack. But one thing about it, I never thought that I was going to miss. And that was the main key that helped me win.
Either.
You know, it was just, and that's just, you don't understand how good that is to feel when you can get up there under the pressure like that and get out. And get out of line 3 or 4 times, and you know, and I'm speechless.
But you were really feeling it out there, weren't you?
I did.
You were really feeling it.
I felt it so much the whole match, and I said, whenever I started practicing in here, I started hitting balls, and I started hitting the pockets, and I said, "Ooh, we might have a chance tonight." I said, because I started feeling good. Coltrane come up and asked me, my buddy Coltrane, he says, how's your game? He said, you don't look like, he says, I know you hadn't been playing well. He said, how you feel tonight? I said, you'll never believe it. I said, I feel better than I felt in a long time. And usually when I hadn't been playing well, and I play a player of Efren's caliber in that situation, it's hard on me, and I've been dogging it. I've been playing bad. I've been just giving the matchup. But today, I said, I'm not going to do it today. I said, I don't care if he gets me 10-0. I'm going to try as hard as I can go, and you know, and just try to stick to the consistency. Get out when I'm supposed to, you know, play safeties. I said, don't try any stupid heroic shots or nothing like that.
Well, other than that little lull you had you know, when he reached 5 games, you had 10. Other than that lull right there,
yeah,
you just played magnificently.
Well, the only real mistake that I made is when I missed a 4 ball, because when I shot a 2, like a couple games later, and end up thin on the 3 and tried to go back across,
right.
I didn't think that was, even though I come up long, I didn't think it was a bad shot because I had to get long on it. Because if I come up short, I can't get back for the balls. I can't get back for the 4. So
well, how did you play the 3? What did you have in mind when you were playing the 3?
I was trying to hit it just close to the side and back across. It looked like the angle.
Wow.
I said the angle that it looked like, I said, it's so thin. I said, I think it's there.
Why didn't you play it long?
Well, I couldn't. I was so thin on the 3.
Oh, I see.
When I shot the 3, I had to put a lot of English on it, and I was so thin that I couldn't. I'm gonna lose the cue ball. So I said, this is the best chance I got is to hit short. It's just gonna, you know, tables are playing kind of wet.
I want to talk about. All right, I want to talk about how well you broke, and you probably don't know this in the heat of battle, but you broke and got out 5 times to Efren's none until the second of the last rack, I think it was, and he finally got out from the break once.
Wow.
And that, you know, for all intents and purposes, won the match for you.
Right.
Well, early on, it was glaringly evident.
Well,
I mean, he was futile in his soft breaking the balls, if you'll recall.
He changed his break around Grady
3 or 4 times, yeah.
You know.
And
he was searching.
He never did have any success. So.
Well, then he started making balls when he started breaking the balls
right,
harder.
He started making
when he finally
balls
started
at the
breaking,
end,
breaking the balls harder, he started making. Only the last game in the 9 was going right for the point of the side, and I thought something was going to kiss it in, and I seen, oh God, I got a shot.
Yeah, he even did body English thinking it might go.
Well, it looked like it was going to go.
You were really giving the maximum torture there at the end of that match. I saw that.
Anyway, we're about out of time. I want to thank you for one of the most thrilling matches in the history of the Accu-Stats library, and as usual, we've watched yet another absolutely professional performance on your part, and Johnny Archer, from all of us pool lovers and the entire Accu-Stats staff, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you very much, Grady, and I'm speechless right now because I hadn't done well in the last couple years, and Efren's been beating me for the last years, so to do well in the Open, in a situation like that, I can't be any happier. And thank you very much, guys.
Okay, now before you leave, there's only player to win the Open back-to-back is Nick Varner.
Yes. And myself.
You got a shot at it, baby.
I'm the only one here that does have that chance. I can say that.
This year.
This year, that's right.
Okay.
This year here, the only player that has that chance.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Johnny, for stopping
Billy.
up.
I appreciate it.
And you played really great.
Thank you. Thank you, Grady.
Yeah, Johnny, we love you, man.
I hate to hug everybody.
Thank you. That's all right. We like hugs here.
Okay.
Well, Billy, there's nothing left to say. What a great job by Archer and Reyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, that's what Championship 9 Ball is all about. Yeah. We're out of time. I'll say good night to you.
It was a perfect end to a tape, but you saying good night to me. And good night, Grady.
Yeah, good night. A happy good night.
So on behalf of Grady Mathews, this is Bill Incardona saying thanks a lot for supporting Accu-Stats. Give Pat a call, 1-800-828-0397.